We also have House Bill 7982. We have a substitute A on this as well. Mr. Manning?
Yes. Thank you, Chairman. This bill relates to motor vehicle operators and chauffeurs licenses, and this act continues the status quo relating to operators and chauffeurs licenses to approved recipients under the DACA program. This act would also provide that the issuance of a Rhode Island operator's license shall not confer the right to vote in the state of Rhode Island. The original bill just dealt with licenses and chauffeurs licenses. This extended that issue to a state ID for a person under 21 and a state ID for a person over 21. In addition to that, there was language deleted as it relates to page 4, lines 24 through 32, entitled 21-14-32, Limited Rhode Island Work Authorizations. So the Sub-A deleted that language because it's my understanding that that would complicate issues further relative to federal law and the status of immigration status of persons.
And that deletion was done with the consent and advice of the sponsor, Representative Maldonado, correct?
My understanding, that's
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Move passage of Sub A and indefinite postponement of the underlying bill.
Second?
Okay, any discussion? Representative Filippi.
Attorney Manny, just to be clear, for the driver's license, the identification card for someone over 21 and those under 21, it specifically says that this shall not confer the right to vote in the state of Rhode Island.
Yes, and that's a good point. I apologize I didn't bring it out. It was carried over from the prior language, so it doesn't affect, it shall not confer the right to vote either under any of those situations.
Thank you, and I'm proud to co-sponsor this bill. I think it's the right thing to do, and I'm happy it's been brought to the committee for passage, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion? Representative Price.
How are they going to, is there going to be identifying markings on the license that says, you know, is it going to be a different license that's issued for citizens?
I think it looks different if that's your question, Representative Price.
Right, is there, I mean, is it going to be obvious if they go to try to use it to vote that it's going to show, you know, not eligible to vote, or
Well,
how's the Board of Elections going to identify it?
The identification looks different. So just like if you are under 21 in the state of Rhode Island, you get a license that I think they do them horizontally or vertically now. They look different than the license you and I have. These already exist.
Right.
This doesn't change anything, but they look different. So you can tell looking at it what it is.
Okay.
I believe that to be correct. Representative Maldonado, is that correct?
if
Yes.
Driver's license will stay the same.
But they look different than a regular driver's license, correct?
if I may.
This is what you get for being in the room, Representative.
I was told to be here. They do not look different.
They do not look different.
No. So once you receive the DACA recipients renew their driver's license, it will indicate not for federal use on the ID card. Due to the Real ID Act that's going to roll out DMV this year, they'll be issuing two separate licenses. One for those who will comply with the federal requirements, will be able to retain those new IDs that they can utilize to travel across the country. Then there'll be a separate opt-out that would allow Rhode Island, regardless of legal status, to receive their license as is today, and it will have the red marking, not for federal use. So to answer that question, yes, there will be the red marking will indicate not for federal use. But
Meaning not, was it big bold red letters on there? Is that what it is?
enough for anyone looking at it to read it, that it will say not for federal use.
Chairman, if I may, it's my
Yes,
understanding
please,
that
Mr. Manning.
This program is already in effect, so the license, this is just maintains the status quo. So whatever
Right.
designation, and I don't
Nothing's going to
believe
be
that there is a
different.
different
Nothing's going to be different
designation.
tomorrow than it is today.
Right, they have to be otherwise qualified, and I don't think there's a distinction made physically on the license.
Okay.
Except that.
Right.
Except the red lettering, not for federal use.
Correct.
Does that answer your question, Representative Price?
Yes, and one more question.
Sure.
So when the DACA program ends, that'll be it for the licensing in this program? Is there any other provisions that allow any other illegals to get licenses or anything?
No,
Just,
Representative.
so if the DACA program ends, that's it? Whoever's the 1,200 that already have it, that's it?
Correct, Representative.
Okay, thanks.
All right, any further, thank you, Representative Maldonado. Any further discussion? All right, do we need a roll call vote on this? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, unanimous.